So, hi, taking off from where we have left on the last video, that's the time around you quit. The crux or the key elements is to understand and acknowledge once you have made a quitting decision for a job change. So that's it's very important to understand the time. The reason to quit and the reason to join another firm or organization must be segregated and separate from each other. The reasons to quit I've discussed in my previous videos, and so also I have discussed the reasons to join another organization in the previous videos. Towards the end of this video, I will go through those points as a part of this video. Top of the mind. The best thing is not to listen to anyone as to what you need to do with your life unless it is a trusted person, guide, or mentor. Most people want the best version of yourself with that serves them the best. And that's a fact. When someone has no context in your life and advises you on a role job or a career, they are not talking about you. They are stating what they wish or they could have done but cannot do. So now, what do you want to accomplish is the question. What do you wish to accomplish in this role or the next? Everything comes with a cost. The question is it worth it? Working really hard, sleepless nights, missing out on family time, missing out on social gatherings, missing out on friendship times. These are exhaustive and the exhaustion levels are very high. But is it worth it? The cost and what are the pros and the cons? Let's talk about the pros. The cons, we have already put it in the back burner because it's only going forward. So number one that we would talk about today in this video is career and growth. The second point I would like to touch upon is learning. The third point is earning. And the fourth is work life balance. To my mind, these are the top four. So let's talk about career and growth. Of all the jobs, only 6 to 7% of the entire working population have careers. Do not be fooled by people who tell you that it's a career move and that every working professional has careers. No, every working professional has a job for which he or she is paid. Only 5 to 7% of these executives have careers. 1% go directly into the top management. 2%, around 2% rise from the middle management to the top management. 3% rise from the lower management to the middle management. And about 1% from the lower management to the top management. So, give or take, in 100 professionals, 6 people have careers. The rest of the people have jobs. They are low paying jobs, moderately paying jobs, and not career oriented jobs. And that's why the pyramid exists. Nobody can override a pyramid. Any given set of numbers, the pyramid will exist. The question is, how do we make our jobs a career, or how can you convert your job into a career? I will just touch upon these points briefly here. I will enumerate the points. Have you taken a personal inventory? Have you had a look at the industry changes? Have you had a look at career options? Do we have a market fit potential for our skill sets? What are the action plans we have taken, we are supposed to take, we will take, or what is in progress? Have we rebranded ourselves? What is it that we have done to improve our networking? Have we developed new skills? And the next, that takes me to the next. The next is learning. What is the experience that you have gained? How many years of experience do you have in the present role? Where have you had the learning? Say you have 10 years of experience and 5 years of learning. How What have you done in the remaining 5 years? How are you going to use these 5 years of excel learning to excel in your new role, which is higher in content, and which it will be always that way? So, how can you use your learning and keep the thoughts and the thought process ticking? How can you convert each day into a learning experience and excel not only for the organization but also for you to move up the corporate ladder and to move up in your career? Give this a thought and set goals that are measurable. Gauge the plan versus actual on a constant basis. Deep analysis of what has happened and what could have happened. First for yourself, then for your team, and then for the part of the organization that reports to you. And that's the key for learning. Next, earning. Earning is very important. Let us say that you have an expectation of 15% salary increase, but what you have got is only an 8% salary increase, which is not bad. And then you see that some new colleagues have joined you, who are joining at a higher package, and then your perspective changes. And then you are subjected to pep talk. The pep talk will be given to retain you, and the manager will talk to you uh, like times are tough. There is an issue with the rating system this year, and the rise percentage for this rating is very low. The profit is not as per budget. There are issues, of fitment into the bell curve. There is a fixed cost. The top line is not achieved. We can promise a better role and a salary next time. You are right from your perspective, and the organization is right from its perspective. You need to decide if you want to be comfortable and want to take another year to see if your loyalty pays off, or want to lose on growing your monies that are due to you. A change of jobs will bring you higher responsibilities and higher pace. So if you play defensive, you don't make the money and slowly move into a comfort zone and be satisfied. The organization will get talent at the present prevailing market salary rate. So if you do not explore every other opportunity, you will not know what your market value is, whether it is higher or lower. What are the skill sets required? Do you have them? What do you need to acquire? Unless you go to the market once a year at a minimum to know this, you will lag in terms of potentials to earn that you fully deserve. And the fourth, that brings me to the fourth point: work life balance. Work life balance is very important, and an organization where you can pause and evaluate how you spend your work and your life, which encourages this culture, is the right place to be. Organization where you can integrate your responsibilities of the role with life without compromise, so as to honor work and personal time. An organization where culture encourages setting boundaries that are physical, emotional, and time. I hope this makes sense to you and I could shed some clarity. Till the next side, it's goodbye from my side. Signing off, Shashi Prabhu.